After naming your vehicle and putting it in a group, you can move into the more advanced settings in the device editor. On the Health tab, you can see overdue and upcoming maintenance history, inspections that have been recorded for the vehicle, also vehicle faults that have been recorded over the last 7 days, and device faults that have been recorded over the last 7 days. On the Audio Feedback tab, you can set the device to beep at the driver when certain conditions are met. You can disable completely all of the audio feedback and just as easily turn it back on. The Go Talk option is used with an external speaker to actually give voice prompts or spoken prompts to the driver instead of just the beeps. If you're using driver identification or the IOX NFC, you can set the driver identification reminder to beep immediately when the driver enters the vehicle and turns on the ignition. In some cases, you may have a driver that makes 5-minute stops all day long. In that case, you can set a delay so that the vehicle can be stopped for, say, 5 or 6 minutes without the driver having to re-identify himself when he turns it back on. Beeping on engine RPM allows you to set a limit that you consider over revving the engine. You can also set the device to beep when the driver idles longer than you designate. And for speed warnings, we have multiple settings. In this case, if the driver exceeds 80 miles per hour, the device will start beeping, and it won't stop beeping until the driver reduces speed to 75 or below. The button on the bottom allows you to give the driver a brief and friendly beep as he's approaching that 80 mile per hour threshold. Dangerous driving needs to be set for the size of the vehicle, so the notifications will be appropriate. And of course, seatbelt beeping. We can monitor both passenger and driver seat belts. We can set a speed threshold before that beeping will go off. Finally, beep when reversing reminds the driver to look behind them. The remaining tabs are not as often used. Extendable services allows you to add subscriptions and other services. The rate plan tab shows you the rate plan this device is on. And the advanced setting tabs allows you to set the beeper for auxiliaries, temperature ranges, other things that you might be monitoring in an asset, and also has some settings specifically for our ELD users.